Hi everyone, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer, and today I'm here with Mouse's MagSafe lineup for the iPhone 13 Pro. Mouse has two MagSafe case lines. Their flagship case, the Limitless 4.0, made famous by Mouse's many crazy stunts showing its extreme protective ability, and their new and improved MagSafe clear case, the Infinity. Being Mouse cases, they should both offer excellent protection for your iPhone 13 Pro, but which one's the best choice for you? Let's check these cases out in greater detail on my iPhone 13 Pro in Sierra Blue. Looking first at the Mous Limitless 4.0 here in the black leather variant. This is a one-piece case, quite rigid construction, not much flex to it. We have a polycarbonate frame, and then the sides have got some TPU in them as well. We have a reasonably slim form factor here. Case feels nice and lightweight in the hand. Looking in the interior, we have hard plastic back here, no more microfiber. The Limitless 3.0 had a microfiber lining, but they got rid of that when they moved to the Limitless 4.0 with its MagSafe capability. So you can see the ring here, which shows where the MagSafe magnets are, but the MagSafe magnets are embedded inside, so they're not going to scratch the back of your phone or anything like that. No issues there. Then you see this green line that runs around the perimeter of the case. This is this AeroShock material, which is Mouse's extreme drop protection material. So exactly how much drop protection these cases provide is unknown. There is no drop rating for them, but they do seem to be well-made cases, and I think that they're going to do a good job in protecting your phone. Putting your phone in this case is pretty straightforward, just putting your left-hand side first. Make sure both the top and the bottom sides are in, and then push on your right-hand corners. Once on, we have a really excellent fit on here. There's almost zero give over your buttons, tiny little bit of give over your port openings, but really almost nothing. Overall, I think that this has an excellent fit on the phone. So looking here at the amount of lip you have, you've got a lot of lip at the bottom and at the top, not so much lip on the sides. I do have a tempered glass screen protector on here right now. This is the Banks King Kong tempered glass screen protector. If I didn't have that on here, you would have more visible lip. But even with it, you still do have some lip on the sides. And with having this tall bottom and top lips, what you have is sufficient protection for your screen and definitely lay on the table design, but you're still going to be able to swipe easily from side to side, and the phone case is going to feel slimmer in your hand overall because you're mostly gripping it in the middle and not the top and bottom. So overall, I think it's a really good design by Mouse. Looking at our port openings, we have symmetrical port openings for an asymmetrical port design. That's going to upset some purists. Most people probably won't care. Ideally, this side should be smaller because you have fewer port openings on this side as compared to this side, but it's really a pretty small thing. So we have quite a large opening here for your lightning port openings, so you're going to be able to fit many, if not most, third-party lightning cables here. Of course, having larger port openings does mean you potentially have spots for more dust or dirt to get in. Going up the sides, we have a little bit of texture here on the sides. This case overall is not terrifically grippy, but you do have some texture here. And of course, you do have that higher bottom side here because of the higher lip, so it's thicker here on the bottom. It's still going to slide very easily in and out of pockets and handbags. Then going up here to our buttons, these are nice and responsive, but we do have that slit button design, which some people don't like because these are made more responsive by having these little slits here, and the little slits again give you a spot for a little bit more dirt or dust to get inside the case. So that's a bit of a concern for some people. And then we have a very large opening here to get to your mute switch. Should fit pretty much anybody's fingers, I think. No issues there. Looking at the view from the top, so you can see all the lip we have. Lots of lip here at the top, lots of lip at the bottom, not so much in the middle. Very nice fit here with the Banks King Kong screen protector. And then going over here to our side button, it's very responsive, but again, it has that same slit design that you have with the volume buttons. And going down here to the bottom, you do have a spot for a wrist strap, although one is not included with the case. Looking at the back of the case, I really love the look of the black leather variant of the Limitless 4.0. Really attractive. So you've got textured leather on here. It's a real leather, has a lovely look and feel. It's a hard surface leather, so I think it should fare pretty well against scratching, and fingerprints are not going to be showing up here. This is also the second grippiest of the Limitless 4.0 cases. The grippiest one is the speckled fabric, which we're going to look at in a bit. However, the speckled fabric doesn't have quite as classy a look as your leather, and the speckled fabric may be too grippy for some people. This is, in my opinion, the sweet spot of grippiness. It's going to be just grippy enough to be secure in your hands and not so grippy that it's hard to slide in and out of pockets and handbags. So really nice case. Got some pretty bright and obvious Mous branding down here at the bottom. That might upset you if you're branding averse. Overall, nice slim form factor. It's a really nice look on the phone. As far as protection for your protruding camera, we do have a raised camera ring, and this is going to give you just enough protection, but not too much. So you're going to have lay on the table design as long as it's a flat surface, but we don't have tons of protection. We just basically have exactly enough. Overall, just a really nice looking case. As far as wireless charging is concerned, this is going to work perfectly with regular Qi wireless charging, and being a MagSafe case, it's going to work perfectly with Apple's MagSafe charger as well. No issues there. You're also going to be able to use this with other MagSafe accessories, such as MagSafe power banks, like this one from Banks that I just reviewed. Really nice power bank, 5,000 milliamp hours. Really nice product. You're going to be able to use this with MagSafe wallets, like Apple's MagSafe wallet. Got a nice connection on here, but still not quite as good as with Mous's MagSafe wallet, which is black leather to match this black leather case. 2-card capacity and super good connection. Helped in part by the fact that we have these silicone dots on here, which make this super secure on your phone. So there's lots to love about this case. Removing this case from your phone is a little on the tight side, but not bad. Just start up on the one corner, push to press that off, and then go down to your bottom corner, push that off, and then you sort of have to slide up to the middle, and then push out your phone. Looking at the other variants of the Limitless 4.0, we have the speckled fabric here. So this is a PU coated fabric, and it is the grippiest of the Mous Limitless 4.0 cases. The material has almost a little bit of a tacky feel underneath the fingertips. The big concern with this one is that it is potentially too grippy in that it might be hard to slide in and out of your pockets. I also think that this doesn't have quite as classy look as the leather. This is, by the way, not the same as the speckled leather that Mous had a few years back. There is no leather in this one. Again, just a PU coated fabric. So if you look at this in comparison to the leather side by side, you can see that the leather has texture to it. This one doesn't actually have any texture to it, but the material itself is grippy. Both of them are good options, just depends upon what you're looking for. So putting these in line, we've got our grippiest, and then number 2 is going to be your leather. And then the next one in terms of grip would be the Aramid Fibre. Aramid Fibre is basically generic Kevlar, so this is super lightweight and super strong, but not a lot of grip. Has an interesting look and feel to it, but not grippy. And then the wood cases are going to be at the very bottom of the grippiness scale. I haven't actually seen the bamboo case this year, but I imagine it's going to be the same as the walnut, which is really attractive, lovely material, but basically zero grip on the back. So checking these guys out on the phone. Again, this is not a particularly hard case to get on and off. All of your Limitless 4.0 cases are going to be exactly the same on the sides. You're going to have the same amount of lip, all the same characteristics, same buttons, etc. They're only going to vary as far as the back panels. So here's the look of your Sierra Blue with your speckled fabric. I happen to think that the speckled fabric looks the very best with the silver. I thought it looked really good with my silver iPhone 13 Pro Max, but it looks nice with the Sierra Blue as well. Again, super grippy, but maybe too grippy for some people. Looking at the Aramid Fibre version of this case, really lovely. This material is a pleasure to touch, has almost a silky, like a velvety feel to it. Doesn't have any texture, although you can see the woven texture in here, but this has a smooth feel to it. It should be quite resistant against regular fingerprints, but any kind of greasy fingerprints or smears are going to show up. I think it should be quite scratch resistant. This Aramid fiber is, of course, super light, super strong, just a very nice protective material for your phone case. And of course, it looks great. And then finally, looking at the Walnut version of the Limitless 4.0, looks great with my Sierra Blue. This is smooth and hard underneath the fingertips, slippery as I mentioned before, but it's a genuine wood, has a really warm organic look to it. And if you're a fan of wood but still want a case which is going to be protective for your phone, this is definitely an option to consider. Moving on to the Infinity case, we've got a lot of similarities with the Limitless 4.0 line. So this is also a one-piece case, rigid construction. We've got a hard polycarbonate back. Sides are a combination of polycarbonate and TPU. It's not a very grippy case. It's pretty slippery. Looking in the interior, you can see our MagSafe ring. Hard to miss that. Now the MagSafe ring, unlike with the Limitless 4.0, is not inset completely into the plastic. It's inset somewhat, but you can still feel it just a little bit. I don't think it's going to be enough to cause any kind of a scratch hazard to the back of your phone, however. And then you're definitely going to notice we don't have any green AeroShock line running around the perimeter. So because this doesn't have AeroShock, it is not going to be as protective as Mouse's other cases. So this one actually ranks number 3 in protectiveness because there's also a clarity case that I'm not showing you in this review. That's number 2 in terms of protectiveness. So number 1 is going to be your Limitless 4.0. Then number 2 is going to be the clarity, because the clarity, although it's a clear case with colored sides, and it also has the AeroShock. And then the third one is going to be your Infinity case, which doesn't have any magic AeroShock, but it's got a lot of other protective features too. And so Mouse basically says this is really protective, but just not as protective as the others. But again, no actual drop height is given. Size-wise, we're looking at basically the same size as the Limitless 4.0, same height, same width, but the bottom and the top of this case are actually a little bit thicker than on the Limitless 4.0. So that's because we've got these big ridges, very big ridge on the back. It's more noticeable on the bottom than on the top, but it's on there in both places, and it's there for a good reason. I think it's actually quite a good feature, but it does make this case just a bit thicker here on the bottom and on the top, but in the middle, it's going to be the same. Putting this on your phone is not too terribly difficult, basically about the same as the Limitless 4.0. So you want to put your left-hand side in first and then push on your right-hand corners. Once on, we've got a good fit on the phone, but we've got a bit more give over your buttons and over your port openings as compared with the Limitless 4.0. So I think we got a little tighter fit there. And as far as lip is concerned, we have the same high bottom and top lips and lower lip in the middle as the Limitless 4.0, however, not quite as much. So a little bit lower lip here and here, basically across the board, just very slightly less lip, but still plenty of lip for lay on the table design. And for people who think maybe that the Limitless 4.0 has too much lip, then this might be a nice compromise. And again, because you've got that lower lip in the middle, you do have the feeling that you've got a slimmer case in your hand because you don't have so much lip here in the way when you're holding it. Overall, I think it looks really quite nice. Looking at our port openings, we have the same design as on the Limitless 4.0, so we got symmetrical port openings for an asymmetrical port design. These are also relatively large port openings. You're going to have no issue in fitting most third-party lightning cables here, although of course this case does support wireless charging as well as MagSafe charging, so you might find you're using that functionality less than you otherwise would. Going around to the sides here are smooth and hard, very little grip. They look beautiful, do a wonderful job in showing off the beauty of your phone. They're a combination of TPU and polycarbonate, and the fact that you've got TPU here means you've got potentially an issue with yellowing. TPU tends to yellow over time, polycarbonate doesn't, but there's not a lot you can do about clear TPU and yellowing. There's anti-yellowing treatments, but those are only going to work so much. So as far as our buttons are concerned, nice and clicky, no issues. These do have the same slit button design as on the Limitless 4.0, so you potentially have an issue where you could get dust or dirt in there. And then you got plenty of space to get to your mute switch. Looking at the view from the top, everything looks beautiful. Great fit here with the Banks King Kong screen protector. If I didn't have a screen protector on here, you would have more visible lip, of course. And then looking over here at our side button, again, extremely responsive, really nice. Sides look beautiful, do a great job in showing off your iPhone. And then we do have a spot down here for a wrist strap, although one is not included with the case. Looking at the back of the case, everything looks beautiful. This crystal clear polycarbonate does a great job in showing off the beauty of your phone. Love the way my Sierra Blue iPhone looks here. However, the issues with this type of material tend to be scratching and fingerprints, not so much yellowing. Yellowing is an issue with TPU, so yellowing may be an issue on the sides. The back probably is not going to yellow. However, you do have to worry about fingerprints and scratching. So as far as those are concerned, fingerprints can't do much. Fingerprints are going to show up. However, scratching is the reason behind this odd design here with the ridges on the bottom and the top. So the deal here is when you put this phone on its back, it's going to sit up on these ridges. So I think that that's a really good design. Means that every time you lay it down on its back, it's going to be protecting the vast majority of the back of the phone case from getting scratched. So I think that that is really nice. It's also more protective. It's going to give you more drop protection, having these big ridges here on the bottom and on the top. So that's excellent. And overall, I think that this is really quite a nice case. I'm not a huge fan of clear cases for phones, but I think that Mous has done a really good job with this design. And I love the fact that this is going to hopefully result in fewer scratches over time for this case. So our Mous branding here is actually not that noticeable, much less noticeable than on the Limitless 4.0 cases. As far as the protection for your protruding camera, it's exactly the same as on the Limitless 4.0, so just enough protection, but not too much. Overall, I think that it's really quite a nice phone case. As far as wireless charging is concerned, you're not going to have any issues with wireless charging. And being a MagSafe case, this is going to work perfectly with MagSafe charging as well. No problems there. Got a nice tight magnetic connection. You're also going to be able to use this with other MagSafe accessories such as MagSafe wallets. Here's Apple's MagSafe wallet. Should work well with MagSafe mounts, although I haven't actually tried it with any. And then something like a MagSafe power bank is going to work great too. Love MagSafe power banks. Just have a lot of great MagSafe options with this case. Removing the Infinity from your phone is not bad. Just start in the top corner, push that off. Go down to the bottom corner, push that one off, and then kind of slide up to the middle and pull out your phone. And then looking at the light gray version of the Infinity case, everything's going to be the same in the front and the sides as the slate gray version we were just looking at. Does a wonderful job in showing off your beautiful iPhone. Kind of slippery, but very beautiful. And then looking at the back, I really like the look of the light gray with the Sierra Blue. Really nice combo. I think everything looks just beautiful. So overall, just a really nice case. Maybe not quite as protective as the Limitless 4.0, but you may not need that level of protection. Both of them are really nice cases. It just depends upon what you're looking for. If you want to show off your beautiful phone, then you might want to consider the Infinity. You just have to be aware that it's not going to be quite as protective as your Limitless 4.0, and it's probably going to show more wear over time, particularly in terms of yellowing on the sides. But both of these are really nice options. Just depends upon what you're looking for your iPhone 13 Pro. Again, we've been looking at the Mous Limitless 4.0 and Mous Infinity for iPhone 13 Pro. These cases are available directly from Mous, and you can save 15% on your purchase if you use the affiliate code you can find in the description below. Plus, if you're watching this during Mous's Black Friday sale, which started on November 18th, the 15% affiliate discount will give extra savings on top of Mous's discounted Black Friday prices. The Limitless 4.0 cases come in the Aramid fiber, walnut, black leather, and speckled fabric variants featured in this review, as well as a bamboo option, and the Infinity cases come in the two colors featured in this review, the clear with light gray ring and the clear with slate gray ring. These cases all have the same MSRP of $59.99 with the exception of the Aramid Fiber Limitless 4.0, which has an MSRP of $64.99, but they're all on sale right now for Black Friday. Discounts vary, with the slate gray Infinity case having the biggest discount of all right now at 15% off. Many thanks to the kind folks at Mous for sending me out these samples to review. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments section below, and please do hit the subscribe button because I've got lots of iPhone 13 accessory reviews and unboxings coming up. Again, this is Kristen with the Tech Reviewer. Thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.